Spottie boys is gonna be today's video because this bug, I'm gonna say, is arguably one of the best, if not the best DPS that you can be looking at currently out of the main roster of bugs. Since the new update, this bug has just honestly just pushed my expectations on what a DPS truly can do, and this guy does everything. And we're going to compare him to other bugs too and showcase why this guy is so good for your team. So if you enjoy Bugtopia and you enjoy me, you know what to do. Smash like, comment, and subscribe, guys. My name's MrSneakyy, the one and only. And today, Spottie Spotlight is on the cards. So first things first, what is this guy? He's a forest DPS hero, meaning he's kind of on the poison side of things, and you'll notice that within all of his kit. So his first major skill, he deals 70% damage to all enemies, and he poisons them for 2 rounds. This is going to be really important, and you'll notice this when we go into major explanations why, for major reasons when it comes to every other hero in the game. Now we also have when HP is below 50%, we get that 45% damage dealt bonus. Really nice if we do take any random AoE before we go in turn, because it means then when we go into our actual first live turn below 50%, we're going to be hitting them even harder. So they're going to be very sorry that they've done that to our main boy Spottie here with the headset on. He's even a gamer, look at him, dude. And then his major passive is when attacking a target affected by poison, you increase the damage by 25%. The newest change to this hero is the 4th skill. So the 4th skill now, and this is what makes him so good too, is after his range skill is used, there's a 20% chance to make the target. So you got to remember, all enemies this is targeting now can get weakened for 2 rounds, meaning they're dealing 20% less attack to you. This is huge, dude. If you hit all of their DPS or even their healer with this, you're reducing the heals, you're reducing the DPS dealt to your front line, to your back line, and it's allowing you to actually survive through. So this guy, as you can see, does a ton already. And to finish things off, if you do kill him, he's going to deal 80% of his damage to all enemies as well. So he's got an even self-destruct Voltorb style in this game, which is kind of funny. So when we look at his whole kit now, when you understand why this hero is so good, it's because a lot of his stuff is for 2 rounds. So by poisoning someone for 2 rounds, you're enabling other poison-based heroes to do a lot more, which is really good for this guy, right? And it's showcased when you look at stuff like Stinger. So if you look at Stinger's kit here, this is only for 1 round. So you only get 1 round of poison. However, when you look further into his kit, he gets a bit of lifesteal here. And if he's attacking anyone affected by poison, he's going to deal 25% more damage, right? Normal attacks have a 70% chance to have poison on the target. So this is a really good enable too. And then at the start of battle, he gets increased damage dealt. But you can see if he's attacking someone with poison, he's getting even more damage output, right? If we go to other heroes, they don't really have the same effect, right? This guy is more of a support healer because he is what it is. If you look at Snoggy, which is a DPS, he does have 50% chance to poison, but this is for 2 rounds, right? So if you compare this to your main boy Spottie, Spottie's hitting every enemy, 100% guarantee, and then he's going to have a 20% chance on that poison, right? It's crazy how this guy works. It's just nuts, guys, how this guy works comparing to anyone. Now let's compare him to some other factions, right? Because when you compare this guy to some other factions, you might be thinking, oh, there's probably some other good heroes. Achilles isn't actually too bad on the cards, I'm going to be honest with you guys, because this guy has some sort of CC built in. So he can burn a target for 2 rounds, and you can also potentially freeze a target. So when you freeze a target, they're just unable to do anything. They can't attack, generate rage. They're just frozen, bro. They're just stuck in time, you know? And when it comes to the burning effect, receiving 30% extra damage each round, oof, it's basically like a bad poison style, right? This guy does do nice, but it's only to 2 targets compared to all targets for our main guy. especially when it comes to all of the skills. They're nowhere near as impactful compared to the enemy, right? This is a nice one because anytime a burner enemy is killed, he gets to heal. But again, this does not compare to any sort of enabling utility that Spottie does. Spottie enables the team, he deals a ton of damage, and he weakens the enemy team all in his kit, which is just crazy to have for one hero. So you can definitely see he's overloaded. If you compare him to even more other heroes here, Canopio does a ton of AoE damage to all backline enemies, which is really nice, dodging the front. But if the target is burning, so he needs the target to be already burning, right? And all of his damage is ramped up over time. So this guy, again, even though he does an insane amount of damage, he does need some sort of flame enabler in the team, right? Which is just kind of the way it is. If you look at Mantis here, Mantis is another DPS hero. This is going to deal a ton of damage, and for 2 rounds, right, steals the attack. This is what makes this guy almost on par with Spottie. But the difference is this is to a single enemy. I get to hit you with a poison on all enemies, and I have a chance to weaken you too. It's just so much, boys. This gives you a nice little rage accumulation, not too bad either, increasing his own damage dealt and a chance of triggering his own lifesteal, giving him a little bit of survivability. But you can see when we're comparing Spottie, guys, just to all the other DPS in the game, it's crazy. The only one I actually think has anything on par with Spottie is going to be Venak, and I'm going to do a separate video on Venak to explain why, because I would make that video insanely long otherwise. But this guy is going to be one to watch out for too, and if you already work on him, GG to you guys, because you're going to be beating a lot of the meta in the future. I'm going to be honest with you. So now what we'll do is just kind of showcase him in some kind of arena, and you can kind of understand why I really like this hero. We're going to just kind of grind our way back up because we've been very busy. So my Bugtopia account has been honestly in the dust a little bit. I've been logging on, doing a little bit of a camp, and honestly, all the One Alliance members, thank you for not kicking me. You know I've been a very busy guy, but I do try my best to jump on. But what we're going to do is showcase how good this hero is. And one thing you'll notice is positioning. To get the maximum out of Spottie, guys, you need him to always be positioned to trigger first, basically, right? So if you've got Stinger or if you've got any other poison hero that gets any extra damage dealt, if the target's poison, you need Spottie at the top. Because the way combat works, it's always turn 1, so whoever's in position 1 triggers first. This guy will trigger second. This is third. 4th, and then my healer will be 5th, right? So when we watch this fight now, I'm going to kind of take it out of the speed mode, luckily, and you can see this kind of go through in turn order. But when we go through the harder fights, because I'm going to showcase the harder fights as well, you'll notice what Spottie's able to do. So Spottie's going to basically knock out mainly this backline, but what he's able to do, as you'll see his is doing, is put poison on all of these enemies. Look how much poison is on my team right now. And by putting all that poison on, now his Stinger's hitting me. And look how much more damage his Stinger does. And mine's following up. And you'll see mine does even more, right? Just because obviously my units are a lot stronger. But that just showcases why this hero is so good. We're going to start hitting other players here. So this is guy a little bit quicker. We're going to skip through this just to get up the chain to get a little bit harder enemies, I'm going to be honest, just to make this video a little bit better. So this is a nice rounder team here, right? And if you look, I'm rocking a formation of 3 and 2. This will give me 12% damage dealt and taken. That's why I got 2 storm triple thing. Really big tip for you guys who are new is always try and get a formation lineup online. Just get one of these online just to help you out, and you'll notice your damage or your power really does skyrocket. So here you'll see we should just beat him even though he's got a level 200 and we don't. You'll notice we're going to be able to just absolutely pump through, and he will have Spottie in his team, which is really nice, but his Spottie doesn't fire off because it's in the front. So that's a really big no-no to learn from in this PvP fight. And you'll know now as well, he didn't really have anyone in the back that's gonna help him when he has that poison on. So it really didn't make sense for him to have his Spottie so far up, and it didn't make sense either for it to be in the team. So do you understand where I'm going with that now? So you can see how much damage we've done. The combat is over, and you can see MVP 32,000, insane for Venak. That's why he's got his own video on his way. But Spottie there, 14.6k, guys. Nice bit of damage, and he enabled that stinger afterwards to do 17.6k. So you got to remember, if I did position these guys the other way around, I'm telling you, stinger would not do nowhere near as much damage as the Spottie would be doing. So that's the real reason why formation matters. We're going to do one more. This guy is 4.6. This is going to be a little more scary here. He's got a really good team. Quad on this green, which is really nice to see. Let's see if it's going to be stronger than my team, right? 4.6 to 4.7. Really close. We're going to see his little snoggy in-game play too. But the problem is he's got his healer in position too, right? So if his healer dies really early on, he's not going to get that much healing done out of it. So let's see what this fight's going to do. We've got our guy in. Bang, 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 bang. 7.2k onto his main. Nice. But this is where it's really big for us. Then that's going to hit. Boom. All healing reduced. So this is nowhere near as big as it could have been, guys. That could have been a way bigger heal on his side. So really big player from Venak. We've got the Spottie dealing damage. We're following it up with our stinger. Are we going to be able to survive this? Who knows? It's going to be close. It's not at all. Ooh! He absolutely smokes me there. Just to showcase there, look, the power, I think, of the formations. And if we look at the actual, damage dealt again, Spottie, guys, 16.1k damage dealt. And with the stinger, 16 kill. If we did the damage taken, you can see, look, someone dealt 25,000 damage, 18 and 14. That is crazy to see how much damage his team dealt, right? So just to showcase Spottie, guys, and Silver, he's definitely meta right now. If you don't know about it, now you know. Hopefully I've helped you guys out, and hopefully you've been working on this Ladybug, dubstep, gamer, you name it, he loves it all because it's an absolutely jam of a bug. And if you've enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Smash like, comment, and subscribe. My name's MrSneakyy. This has been Bugtopia, Spottie, Spotlight, and it's all concluded. So until then, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.